Hello, everybody. My name is Resham Garg, and this is my submission for week 9 Outward Identity Speech. We experience ourselves, our thoughts, and feelings as something separate from the rest, a kind of optical delusion of consciousness. This delusion is a kind of prison for us, restricting us to personal desires and to affection for a few persons nearest to us. Said by Albert Einstein. Who am I? That is a simple question, yet it is one without a simple answer. I honestly believe that this question has no certain answer and it evolves as we grow. This essay is in context of my outward identity and how I situate myself in that horizon. A large part of my identity comes from my country of origin, my home. Again, my home right now is not India, but primarily it will always be my parents' house in my city of birth. A lot of stigma comes with identifying someone as Indian. I'd like to believe I'm a cosmopolitan Indian. I evolved my sense of being from India to someone who is futuristic, wants a change, and has no particular religious background. As it turns out, I'm a vegetarian, and whenever I express that to people, their first assumption is that it must be because of religious reasons, which is not the truth at all. I'm vegetarian solely because I derive my diet of eating plants as a support to animal rights. I have to be honest, I was shy of being identified as an Indian in this country because I was tired of being associated with the cliche version of what the society thinks of an Indian individual. But with time, I realized diffusing this situation is not equivalent to avoiding it. If I want to change my identity in other people's mind, I have to portray it, communicate it, and start a discussion. Standing in line in the US visa office in India, I was humiliated. Their treatment is admittedly not the best. I was so scared to say or do anything that might register as suspicious activity. After waiting for 2 hours in line, I hear a loud next. And as I'm walking to my window, I overhear a college student next to me begging the lady at the office for another chance at the interview. He says solemnly, "This is my only chance. I, however, get my visa in 30 seconds because I was a previous US visa holder." That's when it dawned on me. This was not about being humiliated or the fact that I come from India. It was important for them to see how I would fit into their society. Principles of family value really affect who we are as people. I memorize other people with their physical appearance, and that's probably how I identify myself. My dark skin indicates I'm Indian, Mexican, or Arab, maybe. My accent suggests I'm Indian. I, however, think the real mirror of someone's identity is in his or her eyes. The eyes can express every emotion and makes color, speech, and everything else redundant. I have big expressive eyes, and I'd like to think that the soul is portrayed via my eyes, and that is who I am. I know who I am right now, and a lot of that was formed on basis of what other people perceive of me. I have an undying quest for knowledge, and that helps me so much in being globally aware. My parents will tell you I'm hardworking, stubborn, and driven. My friends will tell you I'm distant and creative. When I go into the professional world, I'd always like to keep these perspectives in mind. I'm at a professional meeting and someone asks me who I am. My answer would be I'm Resham Garg. I originate from India. I believe I'm worldly and very curious about facts and information. I'm hardworking. To think about it, if I were offered a job, say in Indonesia, I would never want my lack of global knowledge to be a factor for not taking the job. And I really appreciate this class for helping me figure out this aspect. Luckily, I found my place in the world, and most importantly, I found my identity. But only because I questioned the things I didn't understand and sought for the answers outside my environment. It's not easy, and society will devour your individuality. But you have to continue to fight for your own identity. You have to fight for your answers, whatever kind of home you grow up in, and you can manage to find your true self. Thank you.